The CMPD officer is recovering from 2 bullet wounds in a Charlotte hospital. Shane Page was part of a special team of officers serving a warrant when police say the suspect opened fire. Officer Page fired back and hit that suspect in the leg. Tonight we have team coverage of this major story. We are live from the scene of that shooting in Fort Mill and at the hospital where the officer and the suspect both are being treated. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Becker begins our coverage from Carolinas Medical Center this evening. Mark.
Blair, Officer Page is recovering well here. We're told he's in serious but stable condition. His family has been with him all day, and at least for part of the day, so has another former officer who knows all too well exactly what he's going through.
Chief Rodney Monroe told us that Page was one of 6 officers, including 4 from Charlotte, who were at that house near Fort Mill early this morning trying to arrest 31-year-old James Lewis on robbery charges when Lewis shot at them.
All we know is once that bedroom door was open, he immediately began firing his.
Monroe said Page was hit twice, one of the bullets coming dangerously close to an artery that could have been fatal. And no one knows the dangers of going after violent criminals better than Shane Page. He'd helped set up the department's violent criminal apprehension team called VCAT and was on the team of VCAT officers that was serving a warrant 7 years ago when Officer Kayvon Hazrati was shot in the head. Page and the other team members were given awards for valor after that shooting. Hazrati survived but was not able to go back to work as a police officer. But he hasn't forgotten either. We're told he was here at the Carolinas Medical Center this morning alongside Shane Page and his family. And Chief Monroe praised the team, who'd gone out more than 3,000 times in the last few years.
This is the team that we use religiously to go after the worst offenders. But always, every time they go out looking for someone, this opportunity exists, this unfortunate opportunity exists.
And Officer Page did return fire and hit the suspect in his shooting, James Lewis, in the lower leg. We're told he is here at the hospital, also underwent surgery this morning and is expected to recover. The charges have not been filed yet in the case. Reporting live at the Carolinas Medical Center, Mark Becker, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Mark. Our team coverage of this major investigation continues now from the crime scene in Fort Mill. Police have had a home along Brookside Drive blocked off all day long. And Eyewitness News reporter Greg Suskin joins us from there live. Greg, what are you seeing out there right now?
I'll tell you, it is amazing how long this crime scene has been active today. In just the last few minutes, I saw flash bulbs going off inside the house there behind me. They are still photographing the crime scene. I want to show you some video right now. The man the VCAT team was looking for this morning, James Lewis, has no criminal record in South Carolina. His only conviction in North Carolina is for stealing a car back in 1999. Well, this morning, members of that VCAT team working with the FBI's Safe Streets Task Force and York County Sheriff's deputies were serving a warrant on Lewis for an armed robbery that happened last month when the shootout happened inside that home there. Now, many neighbors had no idea what was going on. In fact, some didn't find out until their children came outside to wait for the school bus today and saw police everywhere. Only later they saw an ambulance and realized 2 people had been shot.
It's really scary. And the officer that we talked to early this morning, I mean, he was very shaken up at the fact that, you know, a fellow officer got, you know, was shot.
And we want to show you this picture too. Also this morning, another person was arrested, 21-year-old Kirsty Barrett, who lived there at the house where this happened. She's been charged with obstruction of justice. They also have a hold on her for additional possible charges. We're still waiting to find out more about that. At this point, officers, though, they have no idea why Lewis was in the house this morning or how long he'd been staying there. We're live in Fort Mill. Greg Suskin, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.